So, you guys, this is a video made by Burnt Toast, going through the timeline of Carrie and Shani and Ralph's relationship. Because I'm making this because I've been curious. Because right now, from what I've seen from Carrie, she vehemently denies the timelines of when she knew Shani about what happened in the relationship or friendship, whatever I should say, whatever it was. And Burnt Toast pretty much breaks it down, and I'll be linking her channel in the description. And so I found this quite interesting for myself. Maybe for some people might not be, or maybe some people might have some stuff to fill in that they were missed. All are welcome in my comment section. But anyways, this cute little cat was made by my friend Orange Cat, and please go sub up to her channel. She's awesome. You want something lighter to watch, you want something uplifting, perfect channel for that. But anyways, let's listen to what Toasty had to say about Carrie.
What's up, guys? I wanted to make a video to sort out the timeline of all the lies Carrie has told surrounding her friendship with Shani and Jason, aka Revelation News, whether or not she was a mod and or channel member on their platforms, and the time period of when she did a complete 180 and started reviewing Shani and Jason for content. And to Carrie, who says this about channels who give her criticism.
Oh, thank you for the super chat. You said they never show receipts for their claims about Carrie, though. Weird. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it's disappointing.
This video is packed with receipts just for you, even the ones you tried to delete. Nice try though. Many of the usernames that will be seen in this video are no longer supporting Carrie. Just because you see someone's name in the screenshots and or clips I'm about to play doesn't mean they endorse or condone Carrie's behavior. Carrie has had many groups of people leave her community for various reasons, including, but not limited to, Carrie's problematic behavior and the toxic environment of her Discord server where racism, transphobia, and talking people's minor children occur. Yikes. Sounds peachy. Also, this video is not an excuse to harass or bully anyone mentioned, so please don't be weird.
So from the intro of the video, what I'm getting is that Carrie, the board housewife, so you know who I'm talking about, is known for deleting stuff like the rest of the locals. Is she a local? I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into her. I've just heard some rumblings about her. I knew about her and Aunt Jessie and her behavior towards Jason. I have that video on my channel, actually I do, when he claimed it was essayed as a child by childhood friends who are a lot older, and they laughed about that. They thought that shit was funny. That's the video. But so Carrie, that's something that a lot of locals do. She thinks if she removes a video, then it never happened. Is that what I'm getting at, basically? Anyways, let's listen.
The timeline starts on May 30th, 2021, when Shani and Jason were criminally evicted from their townhome in Colorado. By May 31st, 2021, a video walkthrough of how they were living surfaced, and it was heartbreaking. It showed just how neglectful and abusive Shani and Jason were to the children, confirming what...
And side note, that's how I was introduced to Rav and Jason as a viewer. I didn't have a channel. Even technically on YouTube we have a channel, but I never posted anything on my channel. I was just a side viewer. Then I was trying to figure out my comfy zone on a YouTube. I used to watch a lot of everything. I still do. I still watch a lot. Fred Newson, oh my god. Watch that dude's channels are amazing. Off track, back on track. I remember that walkthrough. That broke my heart. Even, let's just remove the kids from that situation alone. That grown as adults, human beings think they're so broken that they think it's okay to live like that. And then to make it worse now, put in two little human beings that depend on you to make their living situation better, and you end up with these two assholes named Shady and Raph. That thing, when I saw it on Drachna's channel, it just absolutely broke my heart.
Minnie had witnessed on live streams for years. To say it was really, really bad would be an understatement. The earliest date I have been able to find where Carrie watched the walkthrough video was March of 2022, where she commented under a video called Shani for Christ, YouTube's Ultimate Trainwreck, November 28th, 2021, on a channel called Foodie Beauty, where they gave credit to my channel as well as multiple others for clips used in their video. Carrie is seen in the comments section saying this on March 19th, 2022. March of 2022, almost a year after the abuse was exposed, and after literally hundreds of channels had streamed and made countless videos exposing Shani and Jason, Carrie was seen interacting with them. If March of 2022 looks familiar to those Shani connoisseurs out there watching this, you'll know this was the time of the tire scam. During that time, G-Man was threatening to pew-pew me in the face and go after someone's children because I had made a video exposing the lies about Shani and Jason's tires and the aggressive e-begging that was taking place. Shani, Jason...
So, wait a minute. G-Man was out here threatening to pew-pew people in the face on behalf of Shani? And Carrie was also in the same realm and didn't find anything wrong with that? Can somebody please tell G-Man he has all these expensive microphones from Jason and Shani to use those fuckers? Because I don't have expensive microphones. I'm sorry. I don't have them at the moment. I just have my little zip-on mics or whatever. But he has these. And he sounds like he's on a run from somebody every time he does his live stream. What? And bring it back. Rampage, bring it back. And Carrie was still around that time and had no problem with that. Interesting.
Jason and G-Man claimed myself and others physically showed up at the house where Shani and Jason were staying and slashed the tires with rebar. Yeah. In reality, the tires had a blowout due to a lack of basic maintenance. Carrie was around in Shani and Jason's chat as a channel member and was cool with them while this was occurring. More on G-Man and Carrie's defense of him later. March 1st, 2022, Carrie was seen in Shani's live chat talking about DMing Shani on Instagram. Notice the heart next to her name, indicating she was a channel member. March 11th, 2022, Carrie is seen on Shani's channel as a channel member, talking to Jason as he is actively doxing a content creator and planning on falsely calling the cops on him, his family, including a young child. March 15th, 2022, Jason calls Carrie a cunt, and their friendship fell out. Or at least it seems she was no longer around after that. Until March 19th, 2022, there's that date again, Carrie was on IG, geeking with them yet again. So on March 19th, she was sending them kissy face emojis on IG, but laughing at their steep demise on Foodie Beauty's channel, okay? After this screenshot was shared on YouTube, she made her IG account private and scoffed and/or blocked anyone who asked questions. June 7th, 2022, Jason was arrested for child abuse and he spent 13 days in jail. During that time, Carrie was once again friends with them, admitted to talking on the phone with him, texting back and forth, and in DMs. One call, she was a witness to CPS knocking on the door and Shani telling her children to hide so they weren't caught.
Wait, I'm sorry, say what? My God. Okay, let's continue.
Talking to her, and CPS showed up at the house. And I literally could hear them boom, 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 banging on the door, trying to get her to come to the door. And I heard her tell the boys, go in your room and be quiet. And stay in there till I tell you to come out. And she literally sat there in silence and made them be quiet until CPS left and stopped knocking on the door and went. And I thought, that's really weird, because if you don't have anything to hide, what does it matter? Just let them in. You know what I mean? So that, I found that to be kind of strange.
And to be fair, I can imagine that Carrie was probably like surprised, didn't know how to react. I can see that. It's not something that everybody witnesses every day. So I'm gonna give her grace on that. That her reaction to us now might seem inappropriate, but I can understand it. I can understand it on a human level. Like Peanut likes to say, on a human level.
She claims June 22nd, 2022, one day after Jason was released from jail, was the last day she was friends with Shani.
And he's leaving Pennsylvania. He never wants to come back. They're both trying to act like he's not there. Meanwhile, she's giving me texts saying she's him, so he was there. So I just screenshotted it, and I went over, I was watching Drag live, and I shared the screenshot with him. And I shared the screenshot with Secular Opinion. And of course, immediately my phone started blowing up with her. Like, she was calling. She was pissed. And I just didn't answer. Like, I literally never talked to her again from that point on.
That same week, Shani's children were taken for the 6th and hopefully the last time. As of the making of this video, the children are still in foster care, and Shani's parental rights are in danger of being taken due to her unwillingness to comply with CPS, etc. Purposely told people not to call CPS back in 2022 because we wanted the abuse to continue.
See, what she just said, it makes a lot of interesting sense, because I remember, I still do, I don't talk in the chat, I will drop in. Sometimes people ask questions and she says the same thing. She didn't know a lot then about the state, how the kids lived in, which is clearly a lie. And a lot of people will push her on it and they will get blocked. I'm not lying, they will get blocked, because it's not fitting her narrative. So me finding this video was more like, am I crazy or am I seeing things? Like, what's going on? So this video completely solidified what I suspected. Anyways, let's continue.
Well, thank you for the super chat, Girl Next Door. You said, Jules told people not to call CPS for the kids despite them being abused for years with no intervention. Now she's giving them money. I think it's clear what her agenda is. Oh, good point. You got a good point there.
Pretty up, considering all of our channels, as well as many other individuals, help collect evidence of the abuse for CPS. Carrie knew CPS was already involved and that random people online mass calling them wasn't helping the situation. Why she's now helping to spread the lie that our channels didn't want CPS involved is pretty up. Also, in those September 1st and 7th, 2022 interviews, she talked about how she found Shani's channel for the first time. Her claim was that she watched the Cecil McFly documentary, and that was her first introduction to Shani and Jason, along with other peripheral characters like G-Man.
Oh, sorry, let me just make sure I got everything, what you just said. So basically, you found her from Cecil, you were like, oh wow, check this person out. And then you decided to kind of talk to her, and then after that, when like around, so June 7th, I have on my copy of the report is when the...
Hey guys, listen, if you love, what's her name? The board housewife? Shani? It's not Shani. It's Carrie, the board housewife. Love her. I don't give a shit. But I'm just going by timeline right here. What's in front of me right here, the timeline. There have been other channels that have been making videos about Shani and Raph way before Carrie came on the scene. Okay, like we got I Read Alex. We got, I think it was Amagon too as well. Wasn't that? There was a lot of bigger channels who were making videos. They'll always pop up on my PFP before I really delve into Shani and Raph. But I don't believe her. I think she knew what was going on. I think she was one of those lonely people who thought they saw themselves in Shannon Raft, but not maybe in that grotesque manner. They just saw people who were lonely and thought there could be a friendship there. I might be wrong, but that's my take on it.
Incident went down.
How long did we actually stay in touch? I followed her and watched her streams and stuff for about a year, but it was like I was, hate watching her. I was watching her to make fun of her and see all the ridiculous they did. But then when Rev got arrested for kicking the kid, she did a live on Instagram about it. She was crying. She was, saying she was going to leave him. She wasn't going to be with him.
She uploaded.
And to some of you guys, I know this might be a little bit nuanced, whatever, but I think it's very important to be archived multiple times because I think it's very important. What I have an issue is somebody who don't lie in my face, because I have watched those streams with Carrie even recently where she vehemently denies ever being that close to Shani, ever. She's like a foodie beauty in a sense. She thinks just because it's deleted from my channel, it does not exist, but it does exist, and that shit drives me insane because do not spit or piss on my face and tell me that it's raining because you think I'm that stupid. I think that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Anyways, let's continue.
I'm unsure why she deleted all of those earlier streams, but she has a pattern of deleting things that she doesn't want to be questioned about later. Just something I've noticed. She became obsessed with being the first one to rush to go live the second Shani went live. As of the making of this video, she still streams every day, sometimes 3 times a day. During this early part of her channel was called Love My Little Music Box. Here is someone who has since left Carrie's community who gave her a shout out early on. Additionally, she was also still reaching out to Shani on social media. Another interesting fact is that she also had another username called Dear Prudence 13, which she still uses as her name on social media platforms. What's interesting about this is while Shani and Jason were still in their townhome in Colorado, there were a lot of people who saw that account in Shani's chat. There are also many people who have come to me saying they 100% saw the Dear Prudence 13 account in Shani's chats before the walkthrough video occurred in May of 2021. I have zero proof of this, but the sheer amount of people who don't know each other and are from different YouTube communities makes me wonder if there's some validity to this.
When he got arrested for that 2 weeks, that's when we actually started talking one-on-one and got, closer or whatever, and we're friends just for that time. So when she says that I faked being her friend for a year and all this kind of stuff, that's just not true. That's not the way that worked out.
And on a side note, does anybody know when her and Aunt Jessie, which is now completely exclusively Cope's and Now's coverage now, what caused that fallout and what happened there? Because like I said that before previously in this video, I saw the disgusting remarks about Jason expressing his essay as a child, how they giggled and laughed about it. But does anybody know when they used to stream together and where I can find those videos? If you know, let me know, please, and thank you. Let's continue.
So,
like, honestly, either way, I don't believe any person. Not you, Ben Toasty. You're just spitting facts. But between Carrie and Shani, at this point, I'm just gonna check up. Carrie is also a liar because I saw who the fuck goes to G-Man to clear her name up over allegations about you making fun of somebody being essayed. Get the fuck out of here. So as far as Jenny and Carrie goes, yeah. Especially you, Carrie. I'm side-eyeing you, honey. I'm side-eyeing you.
Either way, Carrie has already admitted she felt sorry for them and actively sought out a real friendship with them after she saw confirmation of the child abuse and so many other horrific things. In my opinion, that's damning enough. October 7th, 2022, she reviewed the now infamous townhome walkthrough video where the severe neglect of the children was heart-wrenchingly displayed. I have been told she reviewed the walkthrough video before this date, where she talked about watching it the day it was premiered on Dragnot's channel in 2021, but I have yet to confirm this. Carrie's current claim is that she didn't know Shani existed back in May of Christ.
Was the member
Just biting back? Yes. Carrie did say she knew about it in 2021. Why move the goalposts? Like, this is what I don't understand, these assholes in the YouTubes. Why lie? Let's be honest. People will move on a lot quicker. People will not have to be looking back and try to dig out the dates. Just be effing honest, for God's sake. I don't get it. But yeah, I heard that it was 2021.
membership worth it? Yeah. It was only $2, so it didn't cost a lot to begin with, but yeah, I mean, it was worth it to be able to talk in the chat and say anything, because like I said, I couldn't talk at all in there because she had blocked me for something that I had said before. So that's why I did it.
So she was in Shani's chats before she was a member.
We've actually had words a couple of times since all these things went down, but this next one that you're gonna watch is just a little clip of me when she was on streaming on YouTube playing Stardew Valley.
What? Every time she tells this story, it seems to evolve. Carrie then reviews the stream where Shani was calling her a fake friend, claiming Carrie only became friends with her to get info to share with the Shani reaction channels. Carrie made sure to say she was not a fake friend to Shani. But Carrie admits a lot more in this stream as well. She talks about how she basically has no life or friends outside of YouTube and sees her audience as her real friends.
I don't have a lot of, friends outside of my house. I'm a homebody. I don't know a lot of people where I live. And so you guys have given me a way to, make friends. And I feel like you guys are my friends.
This is, in my opinion, a huge red flag. She also admits to inviting Shani to her house to hang out and possibly swim in a pool. What? But quickly claims it was never going to happen anyway.
Were you really going to let Shani in the pool? It was one of those things where for that 2 weeks, I was trying to really be nice to her, you know what I mean? And make her feel better, and because she was crying all the time and going on about Rev. So there were things that I said, oh, you should come to Tennessee and hang out. I knew it would never happen. You know what I mean?
Additional issues include when she started accusing every channel who didn't kiss her ass of quote-unquote supporting Shani's lifestyle. Carrie and her community attacked, doxed, and attempted to dox anyone they decided was guilty of this offense without a shred of proof.
Well,
this particular issue about Carrie, I've heard about. On the racism that goes on in that Discord, it's a lot of shit that goes on with Carrie. I'm not in Discord. I cannot prove that, but a lot of people end up leaving that Discord because for the similar reasons. I'll put it that way. So this part actually made me chuckle. It's wait, weren't you paying membership? It was cheap, low cheap price of $2.99. It doesn't matter. But when you doing the same thing by supporting them financially, yes, viewing somebody's video, you're also supporting them financially. But being a member, you're double supporting them financially. So now, since things didn't go your way, Carrie, now you want people to unsubscribe to show them, because the narrative out there about you then wasn't the way you wanted to go. Interesting.
That's the way that you show people how you feel about their content.
Brilliant. All the best characters.
Good for you, Alana.
Let me see.
One channel admitted to giving Shani $1 to troll her and got her to say some really funny shit. But Carrie threw a fit, acting as though this was some unforgivable sin. Meanwhile, Carrie and her husband said this on a live stream about their friends. Doing the exact same thing.
So with that, see, it leaves me wondering, even now, if that's the truth. How much of Shani and Raph, when they used to live stream together and the money was getting donated, how much of that of Shani eating in front of people and in front of Raph and Raph getting the scraps was orchestrated? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not accusing of her. Now it has me thinking, like, what do you mean this is what she was encouraging people to do? Like, am I wrong to think even further? Like, how much was it orchestrated by her? For real. Let's be real about this.
At this point, there were subscribers who were increasingly uncomfortable with Carrie minimizing her relationship with Shani and Jason, while at the same time talking about inviting Shani to her home. There were those who side-eyed her from the very beginning because Carrie claimed she was a hate watcher at first and allegedly only became a member to avoid being blocked, only to enter into a real friendship with them.
And I have to admit, I felt bad for her. I actually did feel bad for her and feel sympathy for her.
Another criticism was she seemed overly emotional about Shani, often coming across as having a personal vendetta for the failed friendship.
Every single conversation was all about Shani. That's what Shani talks about. Shani talks about Shani. She doesn't want to hear about other people's lives. She didn't want to hear about my life. She didn't want to hear about things that I do and my thoughts on stuff. She just wanted to talk. She just wanted to talk about herself. Like, that's Shani. That's why she literally knows nothing about me. Sunflower Sky, did Shani show any care towards me? Like, about my life? No. In a minute, she's gonna, start talking shit about me, and you'll see then, like, she can't say anything because she literally knows nothing about me because she didn't take the time to talk about it.
We ended amicably. Like, I was there for her.
No, the fuck you weren't. How, in what way, Shani? What way were you ever there for me?
Okay, so if I'm to understand this back and forth with Shani and Carrie, the board housewife, it's unrealistic expectation. Carrie was expecting more out of Shani, which is mind-blowing to me, because to me it's very clear that she was very well aware of Shani before she entered the friendship. But for some reason, I guess she thought she'd be the savior and Shani would change for her. And apparently she stays at home because of her medical issues, anxiety, whatever. That's not my business. Whatever. That's not here nor there. But she expected something out of Shani. She expected to be treated better by Shani than what Shani treated her other friends. That's what it felt. It's reminiscent of my former friend that was going through her time with her family and my parents. I'm very family oriented, and my friends are very much like that. She fell out of her family, and my parents kind of like took it in, second daughter, whatever. But it got to the point where she felt like somehow, some way, like my parents are supposed to treat it better than their own child, which is me, which is like absolutely insane. That's how the gist of it, how we fell out, because it's like, no, my parents are really not responsible for you. My parents love all my friends, but for you to think that my parents are ever gonna choose you over me is insane. I feel like Carrie had the same misconception, if that makes any sense.
That's complete bullshit. You were wrapped up in everything that was going on with you. You weren't there for me.
You know what? That's on her. It's not on me. It's her loss.
People felt as though she only turned on Shani and started reviewing her because she was embarrassed that Shani went live and called her out by name several times on June 22nd, 2022, and other subsequent dates. Carrie herself has admitted that that was the day she ended her friendship with them. And of course, this was hard for people, myself included, to comprehend how Carrie could ever feel sorry for a racist, homophobic, scamming child abuser. The thought that after both of these videos, she decided to be their real friend was too much for some people to overlook. Something else that irked subscribers and other content creators that had been around for a long time is the fact that Carrie often gets details about Shani and Jason wrong. When channels or subs would correct the misinformation, they were demonized by Carrie and her community, accused of gatekeeping, even though those channels were giving Carrie shoutouts, promoting her streams, some were even donating to her. Carrie told her audience that she was pretty sure Jason and Shani were living in a tent or a camper when they were really in a motel. Another example is when she claimed Jason's uncle gave Shani $1,500 for bail money to get Jason out of jail when the uncle only gave her $500. Yet another when Carrie was spreading misinformation about parental rights pertaining to Shani's CPS case. There's so many things she's gotten wrong, I would never get to the end of this if I continued to list them. These may seem like insignificant details, but in the grand scheme of things, it's important because so much incorrect information was being disseminated. This caused a lot of confusion and caused a lot of issues in the Shani reaction community. And of course, the constant, and I mean constant, lying about every little thing. In 2015, Carrie and her husband started a GoFundMe to help with their bills. Please note that Carrie did have a channel during this time. These posts disappeared when people started asking about it after she said she's never asked for money online for bills.
I have never, ever, not only not scammed anyone, I've never asked anyone for money.
Like, they're like, oh, well, she says stuff about Shani not working and she doesn't. The difference is, I'm not on here asking for people to give me money. And as long as I'm not expecting anyone else to pay my bills, then I don't really know what the point is. What are you trying to prove?
Yeah,
why is that a problem?
I mean, why lie about it? People fall on hard times. Just say you asked for money for bills back in 2015. What's the big deal? But if she were to say that...
Wait a minute. So, everybody out here just having our GoFundMe. We got Kalari. We got so many other people for nonsense. I need to hop on this bandwagon to get on the GoFundMe for nonsense. And honestly, on a serious note, you guys, if you ever find me on GoFundMe for nonsense, please call me out. So Homegirl went to GoFundMe, and then the following month had the balls to post up eating at Olive Garden, but you need money to pay for your bills, but you have money to eat out. Make it make sense. I do understand why people were upset. I understand that. That's ridiculous.
She would also have to explain why 48 hours later, she was taking selfies at Olive Garden after they just asked for $3,000 for bills because Michael had lost his job and Carrie was allegedly so riddled with panic attacks and anxiety she couldn't leave her house. I wonder if they thought I didn't have a copy of this. Whoops. Another recent lie was on October 11th, 2023, when one of her community members started posting racist comments about me, all because I give Carrie criticism? Who knew my culture, language, and family was suddenly in jeopardy because a racist Karen was upset over the internet? And Carrie wonders why people say she's running a cult. This person continued to leave dozens of comments on various channels, including mine. When people started tagging Carrie about it, she ignored them. When the pressure continued throughout the day, Carrie sent me a DM on Twitter saying she didn't know where the comments were posted. Not sure why that mattered, but that was also a lie. She had been tagged on YouTube earlier that day telling her where the comments were. She then lied again and again, saying she didn't know the person, that they were just some rando who comes around once in a while, she's never spoken to them, blah blah blah. I simply responded with screenshots of Carrie and the person talking in her Discord back and forth. Hitting on another content creator 2 months prior. The racist Karen, as of the making of this video, is still in her Discord and still in her live chats. Even crazier, the waves of Carrie defectors are also claiming she would have quote-unquote emergency mod meetings in her Discord and summon everyone to show up. Like the word summon was actually used. I can't. Oh my god.
Yes, that word makes me chuckle. It reminds me during the Pharaoh time, summon them, come before my feet to tell me what's going on. Or it's before like the Roman times, or it's for before like the African times when you bring somebody to the king. It's ridiculous. So she summons her mods because something's going wrong. Oh my lord. But yeah, I did notice though that what's her face? Carrie does stream a lot throughout the day. She does at all hours of the night. And sometimes with her husband and her husband's friend. It's weird, so that we already know that she has medical issues where she cannot work. That's understandable. Not my business. Don't care about that. But yeah, she does do stream a lot. Anyways, moving on.
Allegedly, in one of the meetings, the atmosphere was somber as if someone had died. The head mod, who shall remain nameless, was telling everyone that something really bad had happened, and Carrie was extremely upset about it. Turns out, Carrie had lost 11 subs after kissing the ass of another piece of shit, G-Man, for several hours.
This is what made me chuckle. You're going to cry over losing 11 subs and then you're going to go running to G-Man? It makes sense now. When I made that video about her and Aunt Jessie making fun of Jason of his child essay, for her to run over to G-Man, it makes a lot of sense. I'm like, why are you going to run to the very person that helped, whether to realize it or not, felicitate child abuse? You even said that in your channel. At some point, you hated that person in your channel. Right. You had the video. It doesn't mean anything. But when I made that video, you ran over to G-Man to cleanse you. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
She had an emergency mod meeting over losing 11 subs? What even is this? So let me get this straight. She was upset over losing 11 subs, but not for kissing the ass of someone who has threatened to unalive trans people, sexually harassed women, threatened to harass children, threatened revenge on an elderly woman from the community who died of cancer, and who defended Shani and Jason's treatment of the children for literally years. Speaking of G-Man, Carrie and her husband allegedly said in that mod meeting that G-Man was, quote, a good soul. Here is what they said publicly.
No.
Like a little Christian.
And maybe, we don't know. Maybe he does bring some people to Christ. Maybe, you know what I mean? But it seems to me
I think he has good intentions. I just don't think this isn't doing that.
No. And unless G-Man comes, for me or for anybody, I'll say for anybody. If I see or hear him like doing something really inappropriate or going after somebody, like, then that would definitely make me feel different. But so far, since I've talked to him or whatever, been streaming, been doing these things, I haven't seen him do anything that I would say was that out of line.
It hasn't been done to her, so why should she care? When G-Man showed up at Shani and Jason's doorstep offering to give them $8,000 in cash, offering to fix Jason's broken down vehicle, and offering to purchase them an RV, Carrie made excuses for why this was nothing and who cares. After she freaked out over trolls giving Shani a few dollars or spicy pizza, that non-reaction to G-Man's behavior is very odd. It's interesting also considering Carrie and her community still bitch and complain to this day about certain channels trolling Shani with a few dollars. I'm seeing another pattern here. Carrie and Michael like to befriend people on the internet, defend them, and then demonize anyone who calls it out. If it becomes advantageous for Carrie and her husband to start reviewing G-Man as a lolcow, I wonder if they will turn on him as well. In the end, there's a lot more questions than answers. When exactly did Carrie first start watching Shani? Was she in Shani's chats prior to the Cecil McFly documentary? Was she in Shani's chats prior to the eviction of May of 2021? Is Carrie encouraging her mods to send Shani food and money so she can continue to have Shani content? For me, it's very simple. She sought out a real friendship after she knew about the child abuse. That is why I will forever side-eye her. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And
well, Toasty, yes. The friendship still continues. Why? This is why Carrie ran to G-Man when I called her out about her previous videos just happened to fall in my lap. About her and Jesse. About her laughing about when Jason was telling the story. Who did she run to? G-Man of all people, like he speaks for all black people. Get the fuck out of here, homie. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, yeah, she still does that. As for if they're still paying other people, I don't watch that content together. I unfortunately don't care to watch it together. It does not interest me. Once in a while, how a solo live stream or pop in there, it's like something. I'm in for like a minute or two and then I bounce right back out. But since I've learned about who she is at the core and the lying, that's what gets me. It's the lying that gets me to the core. I hate that shit. But anyways, you guys, that's what I got for this. And thank you to Toasty. And I'll be thanking Toasty's channel, Burn Toast. I'll be linking her in the description. And I will catch you in the next one. Later, you guys. Bye-bye.